guys, this is Deb with Four Seasons Crafts. I hope you guys are all doing well. I normally don't come on Sunday nights, but I was going to yesterday and things just got crazy and now church is over. So I wanted to come on and explain a couple things. It's the new year and I've been doing a card club, but I haven't explained it much. I did in an email. So I wanted to come on and explain what the new Four Seasons Crafts card club is and just all the different ways that I'm going to have specials this year. So basically the card club is going to be cards. It's an option for you to sign up every month, or you sign up and then you'll receive an invoice every month. And what that gives you is supplies to make 8 cards, and it's four designs, 2 cards each, plus a 3D project. Then you also get $20 in Stampin' Up! Products as part of being part of this card club. Then you also receive an instructional PDF that is sent to you in your email. And so what I want to do is I want to show you this month's card club, okay? And let me tell you how much it is too. So I'm going to have it in person and where I can have it shipped to you. So in person is either you can come and pick up the kit, or on the 4th Thursday every month at 6 p.m. you can come to my house and we'll just have a fun time putting that kit together. So if you don't have the stamp set or the inks, you could still participate in card club and then just use the stamp sets and ink that I have here. You would just need to bring your own adhesive. Or if you live somewhere else in the United States, and this is only if you live in the United States, you can pay $36 and I will actually ship it to you. Okay, so what does card club look like? So let me show you the cards first for this month's card club. So these are the 4 designs that you have that you would receive all the supplies for. So this is one, this one's another, and I'll just show you the outside. This is the kind of a fun fold here. And then this is the last one. Okay, so what you would do is you will get supplies to make each one of these cards twice. All right, so I will give you all the cardstock, all the white cardstock, everything. Now, some of the items like the ribbon, the designer paper, and the embellishments for this particular card class, that is going to be part of your $20. Okay, so let me show you one other. So this is a perfect example too. So see this right here? You would actually, this is a die cut. It's not anything that would come in your supplies. So I would have all of this already cut for you. I would have these 2 layers already die cut for you. But these items you would actually stamp yourself. Now I would give you the cardstock to be able to stamp those on. So I hope that makes sense. So you get, so it's, again, if we remember what we get cards to make, or supplies to make 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 each. So you would get supplies to make all of those. And then I said a 3D project. So this is an example. So this is a little treat box, little petite treat box. And inside of it is a little mini Hershey chocolate bar. So you would get the cardstock to make this one. Now, because this is so small, instead of just getting 1, you're actually going to get supplies to make 2 of these. But you get all the instructions and everything. So you're going to get those items, and then the actual product that comes with your card club kit is you're going to get a 1 sheet of the embellishments. So if you were to buy this outright, you would get 2 sheets. Well, in your card kit, you're going to get 1. Then you are going to get a quarter pack. Let me show you this. So this is designer series paper. It's 12 by 12. And you would get a quarter pack of that. So you basically get 2 sheets each of each one of the designs in that paper. So you have plenty left over in order to make further cards. Then this particular pack, you get it's 48 sheets. You're going to get a half pack of that. So you will get 24 sheets. So that's 4 sheets of the 6 designs. And then you get 1 sheet of this, and then you're going to get a whole pack of ribbon, of the 2 kinds of ribbon. So you get the ribbon, the embellishments, and then all of the designer paper that I just mentioned. And then you're going to get the supplies to make these cards. So again, the ribbon, the embellishments, they're going to be part of your supplies that you're going to use. But all the other cardstock you will get in your kit. And then of course you get envelopes for each one of these. So you would get 8 envelopes as well. And this particular kit, I said it's $20 in product. So this particular month, you're actually getting $22 worth of product in addition to then your other items there. So that is Card Club. So I'm going to have a link. I'm going to send it out to those of you that are on my mailing list. If you're not on my mailing list and you would like to be, just email me at stampingwithfair, F-A-I-R, @gmail.com. And then I will add you to my mailing list and send you the link to sign up for Card Club. Now, the other benefit of this is if you sign up, like in this case, you sign up and you get these, it's going to cost you $36 if you want me to send it to you, or $30 to pick it up. The other nice feature is you can do what they call an optional add-on. So this is something I'm doing. And then you could get, like for this particular one, we're using this stamp set and punch. You can go to the catalog and you can see here. So to buy the stamp set and the punch, it's $37.75. That, if you chose it, you could do an optional add-on and you would pay $37.75. I'll cover the tax and I will cover shipping, and then I will just mail it with your card kit. And if you're coming to pick it up, then it would just be there at your spot. So that's kind of a nice feature. It's going to save you some money, especially as shipping and all that gets a little more expensive. So that is Card Club. I hope you guys will join me in that. The one other thing I want to mention here is you also are going to get an additional $10 in free product every season, I'm calling it. So if you participate for all 3 months, so let's say you sign up in January and you participate in January, February, March, when you pay in April, you're going to get not $20, but $30 in product. So it's a great, it's kind of a great way to do it. So I have a little note down here explaining it too, but let's just say you sign up in February and you participate February, March, you don't get the free $10 in April. You would not get that until July. So I'm only doing the $10 additional 4 times a year. Okay, but you have to participate for those 3 months in that season. I hope that makes sense. Some people do it for 6 months in a row. I'm not doing that. I'm going to do it just because I'm doing it more often. So I'm just doing it. You have to participate in all 3 and you're going to get an additional $10. So another, I think, kind of great deal. Okay, so let me tell you one other thing, and then we're going to actually go through and do our tutorial today. The other way that you can kind of earn free product is if you use the host code, and it's at the top of my website. So if you go to fourseasonscrafts.com, at the very top, it says the host code and the month. So January, and it'll list the host code. If you place a $50 order using that host code, you will always get some sort of free embellishments, and those will get mailed to you. So just another kind of nice little perk. So those are the things I'm going to be doing in 2023. $50 or more, you're going to get some free embellishments. And then if you participate in Card Club, you're going to get you can always do the optional add-on, and you're not paying tax or shipping. Okay, so let me move this off to the side, and we are going to be making a card with the free adorable owls. So you can't buy this set. You can only get it through Celebration. And it is right in the front. First one. It's right here. Absolutely adorable. But that's it. That's the stamp set that we're going to be using. And I'm going to set that off to the side. The other thing we're going to be using, let me show it in the catalog, and I won't pull in the big pack of paper. In the back, if you spend $100, or if you purchase $100 in product, you can get this paper pack for free. This is 48 sheets of 12 by 12 paper, double-sided. It is such a great deal. The colors are absolutely beautiful. And that's what we're going to be using as well to make this card. All right, so I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm going to show you a couple cards that were made using this product that I got in a swap. So this is one. I think that's so cute. And this was, I think this was Lori who made this. So that's a adorable card. And then here is another one. If you guys have ever seen those magic cards, so if you have kids, I think this is cute. But it's got a little pull lever, and if you can see there, when I lift it up, it changes colors. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. So, and then when you put it back down, it's back to white. So there you go. So that's another one using that stamp set. All right, here's the card that we are going to make. We are going to make this card here. And I did a lot of cutting and that sort of thing in advance because I wanted to make this fairly quick for you guys. So that is the card. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in all the pieces, and we'll put this together. And all right, I think that is it. Okay, so we are going to start. Let me bring over my tools here. All right, so we are starting with a card base here that is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, and I scored it at 3 inches. So we're just going to go ahead, and this is the thick white cardstock. So we're just going to go ahead and lay that flat. Then I have a piece of basic black cardstock, and this is cut at 2 7/8 by 5 3/8. I think I got that right. Okay. So 5 3/8 by 2 7/8. And then this right here is cut 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and layer these two onto our card base here. And we'll just use our liquid glue. And here's, like, you guys can see the two sides of this paper. So we're using this side, although I love the colors here. So this is some of that paper where you're going to have to make a choice, right? You're going to have to cover up one of the pretty sides. All right. So we will just adhere this. And I hope to have all the measurements on the blog there by tomorrow. Okay. And if not, they'll be on YouTube on the bottom of the video. So one of those two places. So I'll take this video and I'll post it. All right, here we go. And we will just put this right down here on the front. Now you're going to have another piece, and this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So this is just one kind of square, and it's scored at 1 inch. Okay. Then I have a piece of black here that's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. Then I have all these little strips that are cut. These are 3/4 inch by 3 inches. Okay, so 3/4 inch by 3 inches. And what I did, or let me see, yeah, 3 inches. So what I did, you know what? I take that back. I'm sorry. These are 3/4 inches by 2 3/4. Oops, sorry, 2 3/4. I forgot they were a little too, I needed them to be a little shorter. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to layer these on the front of this piece of black cardstock here. So I'm going to put them like, this and like this. And I'm going to leave just a little space in between here. And then here we go. And then I'm just going to end up gluing those all down. So what I would suggest is you first layer all your pieces and then glue them down, just so you know kind of roughly the order of space at the top and at the bottom. And you want to make sure you put those first ones on, the first one on straight, and that way it will line up nicely. So what I did was I just cut these into 3/4 strips because I made this card for a swap. And then I actually had to go back through and then I cut them in half. The other thing I did was I have one of those I think it's like a tag punch, and I actually ran these through. But if you don't have that, you could just use your scissors. You don't have to have the tag punch. And you can cut them diagonally. You could leave them all straight. Then the next thing I did was when I lay these down, I'm leaving just a very slight line of black in between, if you can see that. So you'll just, again, want to make sure it's kind of even on both sides there. And then we'll just, and I have them going in different directions. You could cut them like in different lengths. I was going to do that as well, and then changed my mind because I thought some of it's going to get caught up in, caught up a little bit there when we put on the front of our card, the front of our little owl picture there is going to get caught. All right, so there we go. So I don't know, did you guys set any goals for this year? If you did, you should comment below or do anything. You have any fun, exciting things that you hope to accomplish in 2023? I have quite a list of things that I hope to accomplish. Every year we kind of go through as a family and set goals, and it's fun. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see I've got a little more space at the top maybe than maybe I wanted, but that's okay. All right, now we're going to take this and we are going to glue it on our 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece here. But one thing you need to make sure is however you want this, just make sure this flap is on the right side. So this is the top of your card. This is for the bottom. All right. And so you want the flap on the right side. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and adhere this. And I'm going to show you guys something else that I did with this card that if I had to do it again, I would do it maybe a little differently. So I used thick white cardstock, and I'm going to show you something else here. Okay, so now we're going to bring our base back in. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, and we're actually going to adhere this right here to this side of the card. Okay, so we're going to take this flap and adhere it right here. So I'm actually going to use some Stamp and Seal. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go ahead and I've been using Tombow for it, so I'm going to stick with that. Okay, so you're going to take your Tombow, and we're going to put that on there. And the reason I'm changing is it gives me a little bit more flexibility to move. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm putting this down, I want to make sure that it is lined. I have the same space top to bottom. Okay, and then you want to make sure it's right on, it lines up with the edge as well right here. So those are the only two things. Not hard. You just want to make sure that you do that on even here, as you know, as much as you can, and then make sure that it's along the edge. And then we're just going to kind of adhere that down. Now, this is what I was going to say. If I had to do this over, I probably would do it in colored, like pick a colored cardstock, and then my sheet of white Designer Series paper would have covered this. But because I chose white, I didn't want to put another layer of white, because as you can see, when you fold this over, I see little bits of it here. So I thought I needed something that looked a little more uniform. So I just cut a strip of black. This is 1 1/4, I believe, 1 1/4 by 5 3/8. Okay, so it's just 1/8 shorter than 5 1/2. And I'm just gonna adhere that right there. That way it covers up this lip, but it also takes away a little bit of that white space. Okay. All right, and we're just going to put that right in here. Make sure it's all lined up. There we go. And there we have that. Now we're going to finish the inside. We're going to take some more of that same, all the paper you see here came from that free pack. So everything I'm using here, outside of some dies and some punches, came from everything in Celebration. So which is awesome, because it's stuff that you can earn when you make, and maybe need to buy some other things. Maybe you want to buy a stamp set or some envelopes. You can buy those things, and then you can actually get these products for free. So it's kind of a great deal. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to take my sheet of white cardstock here, and I am going to stamp this Hoot Hoot, You're So Cute, and put that right in this corner here. And I am using, this is Mango Melody, so I'm going to use this color. And we're just going to take this and stamp it down. My stamp is upside down. There we go, but that's okay. And I am using a punch. They don't carry this punch anymore, but you guys could just use a circle die, so, or a square die, anything that you have. You could put this in there, but I'm just gonna use this just because it's a little easier for this one. And then I'm just gonna adhere this right on my card and put it kind of at an angle. There we go. Beautiful. Now we just have to adhere the front, and then we're kind of done. So what I did was I'm just going to tell you guys kind of what I did to make the owl. So I stamped this owl image, and when you stamp it, and let me go ahead and just show you so you can see. We'll just go ahead and stamp that little guy. So we'll just place it on our block here. And I'll take that same white piece that we had, We'll bring in our Memento black ink, and we're gonna stamp that up there. Tap, 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 and just adhere it down. And you can just use regular Memento black ink. Don't need anything special. And then what I did was I took my Stampin' Blends and I actually colored in this little owl guy. So I used soft suede, crumb cake, Calypso coral because that matched the orange, and then balmy blue in here. So I didn't want to show you all that because it just takes a long time, but I am doing a techniques class that I'm going to start. I'm starting one here in January, just at the launch class that I have in a couple weeks. And then every month thereafter, or every other week thereafter, I'm going to be doing a different technique. And then you're going to be able to build a book on all of those techniques. So it's kind of a fun thing. But when you're done, you're going to get the little owl there, and he's all colored in. And the thing I love about those Stampin' Blends, because they're alcohol markers, one, you don't see any kind of lines, but you can also see how you see the dark and then the light. You can actually create that shading effect. So super cool. All right, so now we're just going to take this. I put some dimensionals on the back, and we're just going to adhere this right to the front of our card, and then we are done. And I just had some scallop dies, and I think I used the third size 3 on those scallop dies to cut this out. And then this was just a 2-inch punch to cut that out. And now we're just going to place them right there on the front. Voila. And it looks like I had some dimensionals, or not dimensionals, I had some rhinestones, but it looks like I didn't bring those in. So you know what? We're just going to use some of these. We're just going to take our Take Your Pick tool and find a color that we like, which these look like they might go. Little purple ones here, maybe. We'll just add a few. So we're just going to put a few in some certain areas there. You can create that triangle effect, and there you have it. That is it. That is all there is, guys. It looks like a more complicated card than it is, but I think it's such a fun card, such a sturdy card. So there you go. So if you guys have any questions, please put comments below. If you would like to sign up or join the card club, I would love to have you. You can email me at stampingwithfair@gmail.com, and I will get that out to you. I have to do it through a link. We're not allowed to have something where you just join from our website. That's like a Stampin' Up! Policy. And then remember, if you use the host code that's listed at the top to purchase any products, and remember, if you spend $50, you not only get to pick a celebration item, but then you can also get some sort of free rhinestones. It might not be these polished dots, but it'll be something that's like this that you will get. All right, guys, thanks for joining. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and take care. Thanks. Bye.